2, 1.
Big drama show.
Never use medicals. I like clean sport.
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Sky's the limit, baby.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
We don't fight for rings and stuff like that. I don't fear anyone.
En este deporte no se viene a jugar y no le tengo miedo a nadie.
We don't come to play in this sport. I fear no one in this sport.
Does that mean that you will fight Triple G later this year?
Como lo dije en la pelea pasada, ahorita mismo me vuelvo a poner los guantes.
As I said in the last fight, right now I'll put on the gloves again.
¡Viva México!
Canelo wants to unify all the titles.
When did you realize, Andy, that you could take his power?
Because of the Mexican warrior that I am, I got that Mexican blood in me, so talking about the Mexican style, I just proved it.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Ain't no other sight in the game to see the boxing boys.
Good morning, TBV, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to another morning edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. We're going to be talking none other than King Canelo, back in the forefront, back with the super fight. And his promoter is asking all of us, which is the bigger fight? Isn't Canelo giving us that already in facing Kovalev? Why are there so many people worried about Triple G versus Canelo 3? We'll get all into it, but the question at hand is De La Hoya. Canelo versus Triple G 3 in 2020, but Canelo versus Kovalev is bigger. Do you agree? This is what we'll be discussing today, whether or not Kovalev is bigger than the Triple G trilogy, whether or not you even want to see the Triple G trilogy. So this is what we'll be talking about. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Don't forget, you can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype from anywhere in the world to be part of the conversation. Just download that app on your respected app market. Let's get on out to Gross the Balls.
Dazn Production.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
So when I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak. He stayed out before he said he was not.
A man stand up for what he believes in, and when you stand up for what you believe in, you accept whatever consequences come behind it.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yo. Good morning to everybody out there in the TBV universe. Back with another one. And yeah, man, Oscar De La Hoya came out and said that the Triple G fight will most likely and definitely happen in 2020. Maybe on Cinco de Mayo, maybe on September 15. We don't know. But he did say that he thinks that Kovalev is a bigger fight. Whoa. What are we doing? Pump the brakes a little bit, Oscar. I wouldn't say it's a bigger fight. Is it more mystery behind this fight? Yeah. Is it more intriguing? It could be. But bigger fight, more competitive fight? I don't know, man. Them first two Triple G fights were nice. And a lot of people think that Canelo will stop Kovalev. So we'll talk about it. We'll break it down. And we'll get into it. What's going on, Enrique and Big Super Mix? Good morning to y'all.
What's up, man? Yeah, I just want to say I saw fight too.
Stay focused, stay working my jab. Boxing voice.
Because if he comes to fight, then I'm going to have to look for him, man.
I saw the fight too.
I think you accurate.
Yep, good morning to the world of boxing, the hardcores, you know, those viewing live and those in the future on the replay. Canelo versus Triple G in 2020, big. I don't know, kind of think it's a good strategy. But you got to respect Canelo. He doesn't take soft touch fights. He got a hell of a resume, name after name after name after name after name after name on his box rack. So let's talk about it. No soft touch for Canelo.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Golovkin, you are next, my friend. Por eso lo vuelvo a repetir. La era del Canelo es la mejor porque peleó con los mejores. La suerte es para los mediocres, my friend.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
What's happening? What's good, everybody? Good morning to all my TBV fam out there. Hope you're having a great day. It looks like we got Oscar De La Hoya saying Canelo versus Kovalev is bigger than Canelo Triple G. Now, Kovalev is definitely physically bigger, but is this a bigger fight to your guys' opinion? We'll break that down and get into it, but let's get it rolling. What up, Ness?
Yeah, man, let's start because, I don't know, you and Mike sound on the side of Canelo versus Triple G3 being bigger than Canelo, moving up 2 full divisions, no catch weight, no rehydration clause, no sort of...
inside of the contract?
Excuse me?
You have the insides of the contract that says there's no weight limit and no rehydration clause?
Plenty of reports out there, champ. You should have did your research. Plenty of reports that the writers are saying...
Send me a link, please.
Plenty of reports where the writers are saying no catch weight, no rehydration clause. I'm pretty sure Kathy Duva would have let that out by now, being as though the fight is official. Being as though the fight is official, she would have let that out. Kathy Duva herself came out and said that she knew nothing of a catch weight, and it seems like that's the truth. I see nothing or heard nothing of a catch weight.
I thought you just said you did your research and you read that it wasn't a catch weight and it wasn't a rehydration clause.
That's what I said. Everything that I read says in the article, no catch weight, no rehydration. He's moving up 2 full divisions. I mean, even this article says that. Let me just pull it up.
I'm trying to read that.
I mean, even the article that you got right now this morning says that. Did you read it?
Yeah, I read it. I didn't read that there is no rehydration clause and there is no catch weight. I did not read that. I did not read those words.
But it's like that said, dude, Kathy Duva would have been all over that.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Kathy Duva is big about being in the media.
We got previous history, brother. Just last time when he fought Dan Jacobs, they did not come out until like maybe the week before the fight. Dan Jacobs said that the IBF did not mandate the because it was a unification, so there is no catch weight. I mean no rehydration clause. But Canelo put his own spin on it, or Canelo's team put a rehydration clause on there. And we all know when you unify, there is supposed to be nothing but that word. So that's all I'm saying. If Canelo did it to Jacobs, Chavez, and whoever else, and we all know Kovalev is a bigger puncher than those guys, what makes me think that he won't do it to Kovalev? I'm just saying.
No articles to prove it, man. I mean, your insinuations. I have an article. Don't cut me off. I have an article. Your insinuations are worthless here. On November 2nd, at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Canelo will move up by 2 full weight divisions to challenge WBO light heavyweight champion Sergey Kovalev, period. So I think that is self-explanatory. 2 full.
Oh, so those are the words you're going to use?
2 full.
Right. Well, I was going to say the same.
I guess he's on one today. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, Enrique.
No, I was going to say, all right, isn't he going into the division of Kovalev? Right?
He is.
So there's a rule. You can't overweight this pounds, right?
Yes. You got to weigh in
come
a certain
in under.
limit.
He could come in at a middleweight, but does that fail him?
No.
On the scale? No. All right. So where's the rehydration and all that stuff come in effect?
I mean, this is just Canelo haters assuming that something is going to be, the way they assume. But
so rehydrated means that Kovalev will be the bigger guy.
No, rehydration clause means Kovalev can't gain a certain amount of weight after the weigh-in.
Right. He has to maintain whatever weight, and at noon the day after. Okay, yeah. So we clear. But Canelo, it's simple for him to stay, so he would be the healthier fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's lighter.
And that's another thing that they're saying, it says, where are we? It says, win or lose, very few expect Canelo to return to middleweight limit of 160 pounds. So even though Triple G wants that third fight, it might not happen at 160. I'm not saying it might not happen. It just might not happen at 160. Canelo, going forward with this Kovalev fight, he's going to go up to 175. It's going to be hard for him to turn around and go down to 160 immediately. Maybe gradually, but definitely not immediately. So I just don't see that Canelo Triple G fight happening. Look, Canelo did this purposely because he felt like Triple G wasn't doing enough. He wasn't doing enough. You know, he's
Doing
asking
enough
him
what?
doing enough to earn a shot. He's just sitting around waiting like most people do. What has he done? Who's he for? Vanez Martirosyan?
You mean, what is he doing? What do you mean? What is he doing different?
What is he doing while waiting? What is he doing while waiting for Canelo to give him an opportunity?
He's fighting Derevchenko
and Steve Rose and Vanez Martirosyan. Who's Canelo fighting? Oh, Daniel Jacobs. Oh, Gennady Golovkin. Oh, Sergey Kovalev. Why do I got to give you a shot? I'm making the fucking big business. People want to see you fight me because I'm fighting Kovalev, because I'm fighting Jacobs. What are you doing?
Well, he fought Martirosyan because of Canelo.
No, he didn't. No,
yes, he did.
He fought Martirosyan.
That was the replacement.
So he had to fight Vanez. Yes, he did. Good job, Cass.
He didn't have to fight Vanez. He didn't have to fight Vanez.
If that Canelo fight, yeah, he did. He didn't want to take a risk. That's why he let go of his IBF strap.
Exactly. He ducked Sergey Derevchenko.
If Canelo wouldn't failed that damn drug test, they would have fought. So, yes, he did.
Cool. Remind everybody that Canelo failed the drug test, like I'll remind everyone that he ducked the IBF challenger, Sergey Derevchenko. He could have fought Derevchenko then, kept his belt. But he didn't want to because he's afraid to lose and lose out on a Canelo payday. And that's what he's doing now. Only the blind don't see that.
Yeah, I think I didn't see. I would say the smart would say he didn't prepare for Derevchenko. So why fight Derevchenko? You know, did he have an 8 weeks for Vanez? Nah, wasn't it like 2 weeks?
I don't know if he had 8 weeks, but I'm pretty sure it was more than 2 weeks.
Nah,
remember, we were hired. There was a whole promotion behind that fight. They spent a lot of money on Vanez.
It was a switch.
I hear you. Switch it could be. You know,
I don't think that Golovkin. I mean, I do say that Kovalev's fight is bigger in the sense of it's a much more dangerous fight because the mystery of what Kovalev can do to Canelo, right? It's a prove he got to prove he could hold that weight class punching power, and Golovkin is not that dangerous of a fight anymore as he used to be, especially at 38 years old. That's what I'm saying.
Real quick, it was in March that Canelo was suspended and failed the drug test, so that's plenty of time to get ready. And also, you got to remember,
plenty of time to find a big time opponent too. Not 154
Triple G was trying to fight Jaime Munguia, and they wouldn't allow it. So
another 154 pounder. This dude wants free food. He's in what's those things called?
Wait.
Where you got to go in voluntary soup kitchen. That's what he does.
Kitchen.
He goes to the soup kitchen looking for free food. That's what I'm saying. I think we all need to have that same energy, man. You know, I'm a bit saddened. I'm hoping that maybe Mike is doing this just for show purposes to be the heel of the show, go against me. But like, why are we rewarding dudes that ain't doing shit? So
we're not rewarding anybody. The Zone, HBO, they're rewarding people. They're signing these guys to these big contracts in lieu of the Canelo Triple G fight. Again, we all know that. We all know that was going to happen. And I don't know how Kovalev is a bigger fight. A guy who's been stopped twice, 2 times.
But his power.
Can I finish? You
go ahead. No, I was just saying his power.
That's cool. Anyway, Triple G, first fight with Canelo. Some think he won. Many think he won. Many think he won the second fight. If you listen to Eddie and motherfucking Tom Lawford, Triple G ain't never lost in the ring. So if you have all that buzz around your fight, in the casual fan, I'm talking about the casual fan, the people on ESPN, the people who don't watch boxing every day, they know about Triple G. They know about motherfucking Canelo. Kovalev pay-per-view did 180 with War both times. And
You're serious? You're serious?
Like, yeah, great sound bites. And that's the bigger fight? Come on, man.
But now let me push it to you at this perspective, Mike. Because yes, the casual fans know Triple G, but what they're gonna sell the Kovalev fight on is, okay, Kovalev just knocked a guy with a jab. He's a super strong puncher, arguably beat Andre Ward. and they're gonna push it on Canelo's jumping up 2 weight classes to fight the bigger man. That's
the tweet to read. I don't know. Sean Aaron, big ups to him.
Hold up, why you going cut off Supermax
about whether or not there is a weight hydration clause for the Canelo Kovalev? She would not comment on any of the other terms of the contract, other than that the fight is being contested at 175. So a simple question like that, you can't give me a yes or no question to answer.
Okay, all right, that's cool.
But if it wasn't happening,
back to the hold up.
If it wasn't happening at 175, why would she say it's happening at 175? If it was a catchweight, she would say that. She wouldn't say the fight's happening at 175.
I didn't.
And catchweight ain't a division, so why would they say 2 weight class?
Rehydration.
Oh yeah, he talking about rehydration.
What? So
all right, well,
you said you found something that says there's a rehydration?
No.
A reporter asked Cappy Duba, "Is there a rehydration clause in the contract?" She would not comment on it. She would not get any other terms of the contract out. So if you can't answer a simple yes or no question, tells me something.
But didn't what you just read say she refused to comment but said that the fight is at 175?
We all know it's at 175. It's for a Kovalev title. I'm talking about the next day, the rehydration. That's rehydration clause. How much weight you're allowed to put back on after you weigh in at 175.
But it also says she didn't discuss any other terms of the contract.
So again, he's just insinuating negatively.
That's what we're all doing. We're speculating and we're insinuating.
Well, I mean, we're going off of what the article says. That's why we put it in the chat.
We're giving our opinion on what the bigger fight is, right or wrong. So we're speculating.
So really, the real perspective of that is like we have to find out what if there is a rehydration clause. And I guess you can find that out through Golden Boy, right?
I will start digging today.
The big issue would have been if you had Canelo doing what Cotto did. Cotto and Canelo's fight for the middleweight title was all the way down at 155, but it's over the 154-pound limit, so it's still a middleweight fight. If this fight was contracted at 170, then there'd be a real big issue. But they're at least giving Kovalev, for sure we know, the full 175-pound limit. So
champion, Joseph. Why would I suck down to 170 for?
Because if you want the Canelo fight, you're gonna agree to the terms.
You want me to go in with a rehydration clause and to be motherfucking?
Stop saying rehydration.
I'm not Chavez Jr. I'm not Chavez Jr. He ain't got a belt. He ain't been a fucking
Cotto did that to Canelo.
Champ, like me.
Canelo had to come down to 155 to fight for the middleweight title. So who's to say the A side can't say, hey, if you want this fight, I still want your belt, but you got to be at 170 because that's still technically
title, right.
That was the WBC.
My bad.
Y'all throwing me off, man. Y'all all over the place, man. So my hydration now.
Bro, the hydration thing is a mic thing. There's no proof of that. You know, like he just even right now talking to Superman, he's like, so you want me to go into a fight at 170 and a rehydration? Like he's got it made up in his mind without any facts.
There's no proof, but there's history.
There's no proof, so there's history?
Yeah, he's saying there's history of that happening.
Yeah, we got Daniel Jacobs, Rocky Fielding, Chavez Jr. Like there's history. Like we got lesser guys taking rehydration clause.
Wait. Did Chavez have a rehydration? I thought he had a catch weight. I thought it was 164.
I thought he had a rehydration clause.
I thought it was
Chavez
164.
had the weight penalty, $1 million per pound.
He had a weight penalty, and he had a 64-pound catch weight.
My bad.
Yo, I thought we was talking about Canelo versus Kovalev is bigger than Triple G 2020.
We are, but the Canelo haters want to say that this isn't a big fight because allegedly Kovalev got knocked out. Like he don't got more high-level knockouts than Kovalev. I mean, than Triple G. Like, I'm saying,
right. I'm saying that it's much more dangerous for Canelo, but we know Canelo is the man with more tools. But I just think it's a bigger in the danger of it. And like Supermax said, they could promote the shit out of jumping up 2 classes to fight this knockout guy, this guy who knocks people out. Yeah. Crusher. Watch it.
Yeah, because we got to remember to look at what's bigger in the eyes of a casual fan. They're going to see, this is a bigger guy. He's probably more dangerous than Triple G. That's how they're going to push it to us hardcore fans. We know we all got the feeling Canelo's going to go in there and take care of business. But that's because we watch the sport. We understand. we see where Kovalev's at in his career. The everyday average Joe that's just gonna see a highlight of this or see a YouTube commercial, they don't know that. They just know, hey, Canelo's going against a bigger guy. Yo, man, that's some tough shit, and that's how they're gonna sell it.
Well, I'm sure Oscar and Golden Boy Promotions.
Can I ask you a question, Big Dog?
Go ahead.
Do you think Rocky Fielding is more dangerous than Sergey Kovalev?
No, I never heard of Rocky Fielding until he fought Canelo.
So if I was to tell you that Canelo gave Rocky Fielding a rehydration clause, do you think that he will give Kovalev one, saying that Kovalev is a bigger guy, bigger puncher?
Yeah, and he is the cash cow. He is the A side. He is the boss, technically.
So would that make sense to you, though?
It would make sense that Kovalev gets a hydration clause. It wouldn't be a surprise if he got a hydration clause. It wouldn't be a surprise.
Yeah.
But
whether or not it is or it isn't, did Kovalev not agree to it?
Yeah, that's totally his problem.
Of course.
Well,
but that's because the fight is big for him.
Yeah,
I think
that's like this. What say? You can't leave $15-16 million on the table. I want to say you can't do that. But on to the I guess the topic. Is it big? I mean, look, man. Kovalev fight. I know it's a lot of unknowns, but we got history with the Gennady, and I think that 1.3, 1.1 on pay-per-view the first two times can definitely do it. So I don't know if the zone's gonna get 1.3 million new subs. You know what I'm saying? So if they do that, then we can start saying, and we gotta look like the subs is cheaper than a pay-per-view. Right or wrong?
Well, it's also about maintaining the subs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not about gaining new subs. I'm gonna go back to like the casual fans barely
subs. Cash.
Yeah, of course it is. It's also about maintaining the customer, right? Keeping them. So Kovalev is less known than Triple G. I don't even want to say that they're almost equal. You know, Kovalev's opponent's biggest one was Andre Ward, right?
Yes.
And people barely knew Andre Ward.
Well, I mean, he had Bernard Hopkins and Andre Ward.
But Bernard Hopkins also wasn't a celebrated fighter in the casual world of boxing.
I mean, I'm gonna agree with you slightly. I'm gonna say
no. I'm saying on a from 1 to 100, he probably was like almost touching 50% of the casual fans.
Really?
Yeah, Bernard. You don't know Bernard selling shit out, coming with high numbers.
I don't know because Bernard's first crossover event was Oscar, and that has to be like so many years ago. And then after that, he's done a few high level fights as well.
But against who? Who were the high level? It was like peaked, and not to change the subject, to keep it on Kovalev, it was like they had a ceiling. They didn't surpass this. You know, they didn't surpass where Oscar did, or even where Cotto did, or even, you know, it was just this level of fight was great, but they didn't break the ceiling.
And to jump on with what Enrique says, when most people think about Bernard Hopkins, you don't think about him coming back and beating Tavoris Cloud or John Pascal. You don't got that.
That's hardcore.
You think about Oscar beating Tito. You think about Bernard Hopkins beating Tito
that was
and
big.
Oscar.
That was big.
All
right, but that's what I'm saying. That ties him to the casual fan. When you beat Oscar De La Hoya and Tito Trinidad, that ties you to nostalgia.
But that's
of boxing.
what we're saying.
I don't think he had
forgot, but Bernard was around at that point.
I doubt it, man. Since then, since Tito or Oscar, bro, the dude's had tremendous run. You know, he has
run to the hardcore public.
Nah. Jermaine Teller was not a hardcore fan. Like he was known to the public. He lost twice to Jermaine. You know, Antonio Tarver made his name after knocking out Roy. He beat Antonio. Winky Wright is a Hall of Famer. He beat Winky Wright.
All right, so cool. So you're saying all of that.
I'm not done. Let me finish because y'all trying to play B-Hop. Joe Calzaki's a Hall of Famer. Kelly Pavlik's a Hall of Famer. Roy Jones a Hall of Famer. John Pascal just became some sort of regular champ. Chad Dawson was a former champ. Tavares Cloud, former champ. You
Those
know,
are good names.
Beirut Shumanov, former champ. and then he had the two last fights with Kovalev
and
and Joe Smith.
I started this show as a casual fan, right? And all those names you just mentioned, they didn't do much for me at all. They didn't strike anything. Maybe Jermaine Taylor, maybe and Kelly Pavlik. Of course Tito
names.
Trinidad. But my point is that Kovalev, right, fighting Bernard didn't get all those names, all those fans. My point is that you could go on HBO when he was on HBO and fought a nobody, and you wouldn't even care about it. You would be like, oh, who's this dude? It wasn't promoted in places like Steven Espinoza said, where boxing is not promoted, and that's how you get the casual fans. And that's Steven Espinoza saying that. Do they do that with Kovalev versus Canelo? Canelo already promotes all over the place, gyms, and I'm talking about bars where there's no boxing fans, and they get the casual fans. So it's going to be big event because of Canelo, but circling back, Kovalev as a bigger attraction is going to be based on that knockout that he just scored.
And it's going to be based on the weight, the fact that he's a bigger man. It's like, oh, Canelo's a smaller man.
In the weight class, you're right.
Yeah.
And Triple G's fight already has an audience, already has controversy behind it for both fights. There's people that disagree with the draw, people that disagree with the decision, hardcore, softcores. It's a spectacle, you know?
If you're saying that Bernard didn't get any cachet for beating whatever names we talked about, because I don't want to misquote you, how is Gennady getting cachet for what you just called arguably a draw, arguably a win?
Well, because he's already has the Canelo fights. He already been seen by casual fans. And like I said, Canelo is the attraction to the Kovalev fight. Canelo has the audience, you know. Canelo's people have the money, the machine as we call it, to put their product where boxing is really not promoted, you know, at bars, at freaking all over, anywhere, gyms, at retro fitness, whoever, on taxi cabs, on garbage pails through the cities, that kind of shit, you know, like we saw Wilder.
And Triple G was also Canelo's perfect foil. He was the Pacquiao to his Mayweather, the AJ to his Wilder. You know, the guys who love Canelo.
Terminator. We ain't never seen him down. We see Canelo catch him with a motherfucking left hook from the gods.
That's what I'm saying. They're the perfect foil.
Come on,
you know.
We seen this guy got to meet Kovalev on the ground multiple times. We seen him goddamn he quit on the ropes.
But we've seen him
get knocked out by a lesser Alvarez.
But that's what I'm saying. We've seen him. But we're hardcores. A lot of the casual people haven't seen Kovalev, so they're not gonna see it like that.
But they're coming for Canelo.
Yeah,
just like they were showing up for Ryan Garcia versus what was his name? Sparrow. Just like they came to see Ryan Garcia because of Sparrow. I mean, they came to see the Sparrow fight because of Ryan Garcia. Same shit. They coming to see the Kovalev fight because of Canelo.
Exactly.
They coming to see the Triple G fight because they seen it before.
Nah, they coming to see the Triple G fight because of Canelo.
And people love that Dare to Be Great storyline.
Because Mike or you tried to bring up Kovalev's numbers. All right, so without Canelo, Gennady did the same thing. The same, like 170 with Daniel Jacobs, 170 with David Lemieux, and Sergey did 170, 190 with Andre Ward twice. They need Canelo. They need Canelo.
Just like Canelo needed
Manny Pacquiao.
None of them dudes ever made 8 figures.
If you give Keith credit with Manny Pacquiao, you got to do the same for Triple G. Just like you give everybody else credit when they do a fucking pay-per-view, you give Earl credit with Mikey.
But I'm not taking any credit from Gennady. I just said he did.
You just did.
No, I didn't.
They need Canelo. Without Canelo, he only did 180.
He's talking numbers.
You're taking a shot at him.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you the truth.
He's done 1.3.
I'll let you talk because we can't hear each other. You done? All right. I didn't take a shot. I said they need Canelo. Just like you brought up Sergey Kovalev's numbers, I brought up Gennady's numbers without Canelo. They are comparable. How am I taking a shot? So were you taking a shot at Kovalev when you say he did 170?
No, because he's never did 1.3.
And that's my point. Without
Gennady
Canelo,
done 1.3 though.
Without Canelo.
Without Canelo.
What?
Kovalev with Canelo, he's done 1.3.
Yes.
That's on his record.
Yes.
Kovalev never did that.
He's about to fight him now.
But he's never did that though, right?
Okay.
Hold on, Mike.
And Mike,
and he won't do it.
Mike,
and he won't do it either.
Mike, that's exactly why I brought up Kovalev and Gennady's number, because it's comparable. Don't you get that? Before Canelo, they did the same numbers.
But Gennady has it on his resume. Kovalev would never have it on his resume.
Kovalev is going to have Canelo now.
But not pay-per-view.
But he'll still do numbers. The same way Daniel Jacobs and Canelo did numbers and DAZN celebrated it. Mm-hmm. Did they not? Did they not? As soon as the fight was over, say, this is the highest anybody's ever watched DAZN. We got 600,000 from America. We got this international. Why is he acting like that's not true?
Right. Yo, but what if Oscar De La Hoya meant bigger, right? Because we're saying bigger. You guys are saying bigger as in numbers. What if he means bigger as in excitement? You know what I mean? Like bigger as like this is going to be a big knockout fight for Canelo. Canelo's doing the knockout. This is going to be huge. What if he means that instead of numbers?
The thing is that this fight is big because the knockout may not be possible. This fight is big because Canelo might not win. Canelo hasn't knocked out anybody on this level, let alone 2 weight divisions above. Canelo hasn't been fighting anyone that can hit him this hard. People are just hating. They just hating. They mad they can't do what Canelo does. That's it.
I'm mad too. I can't do that.
Yeah,
Ride a horse.
Especially through the first 4 or 5 rounds. This could be the first time you see Canelo touch the canvas.
Exactly.
Early on, Kovalev is going to be strong and come in.
Now it's big. See, now we talking. Once some numbers come in fact, it turns it into some weird shit. Now we talking. That's true. Canelo might hit the ground.
Of course, bro. Listen, you can't ignore what's comparable, man. Both men did the same numbers on pay-per-view when they were the A-sides. They are meant to be B-sides to Canelo. There's nothing wrong with that. To ignore what Gennady did on pay-per-view because he happened to do one pay-per-view with Canelo, that's retarded. You know what I mean? They are in similar situations, but I believe that the danger level for Canelo is greater at 175 versus Kovalev than it is for Gennady. I think even Mike or Joseph said it when they were talking about that fight. They're like, yo, he hit him and it didn't go down, and it's true. So it's like, if Gennady can hit you with your best shot and you going to take it, and you can hit Gennady with your best shot and he's going to take it, we talking about another 12-round decision. Ain't nobody thinking about decision in the Kovalev fight.
Now, since we were talking numbers and talking about what's going to be bigger, Nate Diaz and George Masvidal scheduled for the same night. That's a big, big fight in the MMA world. Nate Diaz is a really popular guy.
I was trying to tell them that, they ain't want to hear me.
What effect is that going to have on the numbers? Because you can get the playback, but does it also show what you can watch as it happens, as opposed to if you watched it on the playback? Because I think that's going to be a big difference.
There's
remember,
more
this
boxing
is a streaming
fans than
service.
MMA fans.
This is a streaming service. This is a streaming service, so they don't care about live views. You know, they want subscriptions.
Okay. As long as they get the view at some point, so it doesn't differentiate whether at the moment of or an hour later.
When we talking Canelo, I don't think DAZN is even worried about views in general. They have him to bring in subscribers.
I get you. I'm just saying because will the crowd be affected? Because like I said, that other UFC fight is going to be a big, big deal, especially on the West Coast. And this fight will be in Vegas.
Yo, I don't know how big of a deal that's going to be. Because I'm a perfect example of a casual fan, right? If I didn't know boxing and you be talking about Canelo, those guys would be above my head. Just like you're saying, this pay-per-view, November 2nd, Massa Deal or something. I've never heard of him. Nate Diaz, I know. McGregor, I know. You know, you say those names. Rousey, even the new one, Nunez, Cyborg, but I've never heard of this dude. How many casuals have never heard of this dude? Now remember, just because I don't indulge in MMA, again, my job requires me to be on the internet more hours than the average man. I'm involved in a combat sport where MMA happens to spill over. As much as I hate it, my timelines on all my social media will have some sort of MMA because of my friends and followers.
And so here's how I'll show you who he is.
Well, let me just finish this. I'm almost done. I just learned that dude's name. I think you guys were talking about him last week. Maybe Mike was talking about him last week. I just learned his name.
Here's what they'll tell you his name, how you know who he is. I'm sure you've seen the clip of the guy hitting the flying knee in like 2 seconds. So that's what they'll build that off of. Like me personally, I don't pay.
Nah, me. See, the only knee I remember is the dude Bigfoot. Didn't he get his skull cracked?
Oof.
I'm not a big UFC fan.
Talking about Michael Vitor Page when he need that nigga. Pow!
Did he? Was it a Brazilian?
All right.
Hold on, Enrique. I just want to make. Mike, was that a Brazilian that he need?
Yes. Where his skull was cracked, like.
And the dude's name was Bigfoot.
I don't know his name, bro. You don't get me wrong.
Yeah, that's the only knee I know. I could swear this Brazilian dude used to fight on Strikeforce, and then he went to MMA. I mean to UFC, and I remember some sort of knee or some shit.
The only good thing I see about it though is that at least Canelo's fighting in Vegas, and I believe that fight is in New York, which kind of doesn't make sense because Diaz is a West Coast guy, so it shouldn't hurt the sales as far as revenue at the box office at ticket sales. But
I don't think it's gonna hurt the Canelo Kovalev fight. Period. Let me ask you a question. If you
real quick,
if you had all the money in the world, what fight would you go to?
Oh, I'm watching boxing all day. Like, I'm not a super big MMA fan, but I know that fight is a big fight.
That's all I know. Just hearing Nate Diaz, that's all. But the point is that I think there's more people committed and loyal to boxing first than there is MMA.
Maybe more committed and loyal to Canelo than they
are. And way more loyal and committed to Canelo. We got a super chat
from Rod 870. P-Hop resume was crazy. 21 to 25 ex-champs and 5 to 10 Hall of Famers.
Yeah, man.
Over like 4 different decades or something like that.
Exactly, man. And that's why I don't let people discredit him. But Supermax, as a Mexican, how big is this Dia de los Muertes for you guys? And can Canelo really capitalize off it? Or is that just something that happened to fall on this day? And it's gonna, like, they can theme their fight around it, but Mexicans, it's not like September 15th or Cinco de Mayo, or is it?
I mean, it can be if they start promoting about that. If you start, doing the face paint, the skeletal face paint, the dances, the rituals, and what I would do just to kind of make it a little extra greasy, throw some grease on it. Say Dia de los Muertos is the day we celebrate the dead. So we're celebrating the death of Kovalev's career because I'm going to retire him.
Yo, you disrespectful. Wow. Yeah, no, I like that. I like that.
We got one.
That's how you throw that grease on it.
Saying that it's the death of Kovalev's career. We had one when this was all announced, called Kovalev a cherry picker. And this is the bigger, more competitive fight.
Look.
You're right. Who called Kovalev a cherry picker?
I mean, you called Kovalev a cherry pick.
Oh, hell yeah. For me? Because I believe in Canelo's skill.
I think he's skilled too.
Mike, just like I promise you wasn't around back then, but I always thought, and now in retrospect, I still think Floyd could have beat Triple G. There was a time in Triple G's career where he was willing to catch weight with Floyd. There was a time in his career, when Floyd was still active, not out, maybe a time when Floyd was still active, and I'm such a Floyd fan. After watching him do what he did to Canelo at 54, we know Canelo didn't hydrate to 51. He was way bigger, and he didn't get touched. Triple G is 10 times slower, and no disrespect, but he ain't as smart as Canelo, bro. He just saying. He don't cut the ring off. No, Floyd could have did it, in my opinion. In my
And Floyd's
opinion.
body work would have had a tremendous effect on Triple G. Triple G does not like it to the body at a lower weight.
When you start getting the weight class and shit, bro, if it was a catch weight and Triple G got a drain down, then I feel
Listen,
it.
Abel Sanchez, just not cutting you off, just adding context to that so you know. Abel Sanchez back then was down with Triple G, obviously, and he said that that's the only dude. Mayweather was the only dude they would go to 54 for. So Mayweather could have took it, bro. He could have took it.
They were actively pursuing Mayweather at 54.
Hell yeah. He could have took it, and I'm sure he could have done it. You know what I mean? I believe he could have done it. Look, people saying they agree. I believe he could have done it. I'm telling you.
Yeah. So now that you know what you know now, yeah.
So I gotta ask, because a lot of people felt turned off by the first decision, the controversy. Like you said, there's people who felt Triple G won both fights and didn't get the decision. There's gonna be some people that are turned off and they're gonna say, no matter what he does, it's bought out, it's rigged. You know, you always hear that conversation.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like the Kovalev fight may be a little bit bigger, because people are just like, oh, well, even if Triple G wins, there's gonna be that group of people that feel like no matter what, they're gonna give that fight to Canelo. And there's also a group of people like me.
Fight that bitch at Jerry Jones Stadium, motherfucking May 5th.
I think we still got open scoring here, bro. People don't want that. That was the big deal on the trap fight, was the open scoring.
Listen, I want to go back to
open scoring means after the fourth round you get the scorecards, and to be honest,
what's the problem with that?
Because it changes how you pursue the fight. Like at the trap fight, the fight was close in my opinion, but when they read out the cards after a certain round,
when you're down, you play different. You know what I'm saying? You play different than when you're up. You know what I'm saying? So if a fighter knows he's down, maybe he'll fight a little bit different if he ain't got it in his mind that he won rounds that he ain't win. You feel me?
Yeah, but it works both ways. If a fighter knows he's up, he could do what Oscar De La Hoya did in Tito Trinidad fight.
Get on that bike. And
motherfucking football player, Joseph. You know, if you up 8 points, 4-minute drive all day.
Yeah, we running the ball. Yeah,
you don't get the ball back. Who fault is that?
But is that what you want to see in a boxing match, though, Mike? I mean, I don't want to see that in a boxing match.
The way Mike puts it, it sounds like it'll make boxing more exciting. But the way I seen it, the way I seen it in the live, the way I seen it live in the in the Canelo versus Trout fight, I didn't like it. Like,
why? What made you not like it?
Well, first of all, after the first 4 rounds, when they announced the scores, I was like, whoa, that didn't even sound right. You know what I'm saying?
That's the fuck you need. You need people on social. What the fuck is y'all doing over there, bro?
Yeah.
What, bro? That's
what Mike going right now.
That's the pressure. Shit. I hear you. That's the pressure you put in.
Oh yeah. Because that was a clear win for Canelo, but that was a closer fight than what they were trying to give it, dude. That was, especially up into the knockdown, it was kind of 50-50. The knockdown came, the scorecards ran out, the Canelo got on his defensive game, and Trout had to...
my boy get no credit either, man. Slick, undefeated southpaw, just beats fucking Cotto. And people were like, oh, they ain't nothing. They ain't nothing.
Before Cotto came back and reignited his career again.
Reinvented himself?
Yeah, there you go. That's word I was looking for. But and anyways, there's people like me that feel like at 38, Triple G's deteriorated. I feel like Canelo's gonna get the stoppage in the next Triple G fight, whenever it is. He could stop him to the body. He's getting older. He's getting slower. His best days are obviously past him.
I don't know, man. I mean, I was big on Canelo getting a stoppage until fucking Mike ruined it for me. Like, bruh, he ain't stop a lot of people, and the people that he did stop, they ain't even top notch, man. He might not get the stoppage.
That's with anybody. When you get to that level, you're not gonna be stopping everybody. That happens to everybody.
But that's my point, champ. That's my point. Like, Kovalev is that level. He is that level. So if you can't stop, if you wasn't stopping 60-pounders on that level, like Gennady, who's old himself, he's like 36, 37. Like, how you gonna stop Kovalev? Just because we think he's vulnerable to the body?
No, but Kovalev got quit in him. I ain't ever seen Triple G quit.
Yeah, you're right about that.
That's where that also comes from. When it starts getting tough and them shots start ringing into that liver, we're gonna see how much. And especially when you're kind of already, you're at the end of the career. I've always heard fighters say, once you know it's over, you sit there in that corner and you say, how bad do I really want this? And that's a real thought that goes through your head. You know,
God damn, bro. Look at what I just noticed. We sit here and we talk about rounds boxed. And I be telling y'all, like, yo, that dude got 200 and something rounds. That's a lot. He shot one. Poor Canelo has 391 rounds boxed. That's what it looks like when you start at 15 as a pro.
Yeah, I say he ain't even 30.
That's crazy, though. He might retire. That's a lot of fight. That's a lot of fight, man. 391 rounds?
I have a hard time seeing Canelo fighting very long after this deal with Dazn is over, man. It's at the end of the day, he's a young man, but he's an old man for
boxing.
How many rounds he's boxed.
Hell yeah, that's a lot of fights. And wow.
Kovalev ain't even got half of that.
I know.
He ain't even got half of them. Not even half.
Well, Kovalev's the crusher, though. He's the crusher, too. He's got... What's his percentage? You got it up? What's his knockout ratio?
6.32%.
Yeah, he's almost at 70%.
Canelo is like 66.
38 fights, 29 knockouts.
And Canelo's percentage, I think, is 63.64. Damn,
I think the interest
bro, that's
comes
a
into
lot of rounds. Oh my God, I never noticed that.
Yeah,
that's a
lot, like
bro.
I said, I don't think Canelo will fight very much past the zone deal, if at all. I mean, that's and as much money he'll be making by
unless
that
he
point.
gonna do that exhibition in Tokyo,
or he may take like a 5-fight deal, like a Floyd kind of a farewell deal.
Floyd, he about to be doing the Tokyos, the Saudi Arabias. Yeah, they're gonna pay Canelo. Watch.
Damn, bro. So yeah, look, he didn't knock out Jacobs. He didn't knock out Gennady twice. He had 24 rounds with Gennady, no knockout. He didn't knock out Julio Cesar Chavez, who, you know, that dude was weight drained. That dude had to make 164. He had $1 million weight penalty if he would have came 1 pound over that. And he's not good. He don't got the power. He's never demonstrated the power that Kovalev has demonstrated. So Canelo had less to worry about in seeking the knockout.
But Chavez only got put down by a way bigger heavyweight when he had no business up there either. Chavez was known for having a crazy chin. That was about the only good thing about him was that chin would hold up.
I just don't know what – I mean, you know, when this first was announced, I said Kovalev's a cherry because I was thinking with my casual brain, assuming that Canelo could take him out to the body. But, bruh, Canelo, he's knocking out little people. Liam Smith, little. Amir Khan, little. No knockout on Cotto, who was a natural 147-pounder. He started his career at 140, you know. James Kirkland, yeah, he knocked him out, but we know that he was coming off a layoff. No knockout on Laura, even though Laura's never been knocked out, you know. Like you said, Angulo, he got that quit in him. We seen after Laura fucked up his eye, then Canelo knocked him out, right? Or was it first?
Mm-hmm. No, it was after the Lara fight that Angulo and Canelo fought.
And there you go. And no knockout of Trout. This is a 12-round decision fight. Holy shit.
I just think Kovalev's at the end of his career. We've seen him quit. He knows this. For all we know, this is it for Kovalev. He's cashing out. You know, like I said, I've heard fighters in that corner when it's getting tough. You think to yourself, "Do I really want to do this shit anymore?" And
I know, right? I hear you though. If Canelo's putting the beats on him, go ahead, Mike.
I said, don't forget that you got Buddy McGirt in his corner. If he start taking unnecessary body shots, if he start getting wailed upon and start getting beat up, now I hate to bring this up, but we know that Buddy had a fighter passed earlier this year, Dadashev, and that has to play in his mind. He was close to stopping the yard fight in the 8th round. Told him, you got to show me something this next round, or I'm gonna stop this shit. So
here's a spin for you though, Mike and Ness. What about what I'm interested to see, and what I want to see, even though I'm a Canelo fan, I want to see Canelo
90 seconds.
And I want to see what he does when he does taste that power. If he gets rocked, if he gets dropped, I want to see how deep Canelo's really willing to, how deep he's really willing to dig. As a fan of his, because I've never seen him in a situation where he's been hurt like that since the Jose Cotto fight. You know, I've seen him get behind on the cards. We know he could come back from getting out boxed, could keep trying, but when the power's on him, when you hurt, you know, that's what I want to see from Canelo.
Well, I'm about to check the betting lines, man, because I'm going to do like I did Wilder and lock that shit in months early.
Already.
For real. Because, bruh, I thought it was a cherry.
Hey,
Mike, you got to stop saying that because I thought it was a cherry. But again, once I listened to your argument, bruh, this dude ain't knock out nobody at 160. So I don't see him knocking out Kovalev. I mean, obviously with the yard fight, it gives you hope. But I don't know. Sheesh. No wonder they being strategic, though. I just never knew he had that many rounds boxed. Holy shit.
That's a lot of rounds. 319. That's
91, not 90.
10 seconds.
He about to have 400 rounds boxed, man. He might as well be Vasil Lomachenko or Guillermo Rigondeaux with all them fights.
Yeah. I mean, I think when you put it like that, then, yeah, those guys are probably more worn.
Yo, no prop bets. No prop bets yet. Canelo's already a fucking minus 530. And Kovalev is already a plus 340. So there's no prop bets to put Canelo by decision just yet. But let's go out to the callers then, man. I guess that's about it.
Real quick, if you're listening right now on YouTube, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. If you want to go one step farther, head over to ThaBoxingvoice.com/affiliate sponsors and click on our Amazon link. It's the holiday season, so Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas coming up, and you guys do a lot of shopping on Amazon. So if you think Amazon, think Boxing Voice, bookmark our link, save that link, and do all the shopping that you have through our Amazon link. Thank you so much.
Also, before we go to Patreon. So subscribe to Patreon, at least $5. Help support my boy Mike, man. He puts in a lot of hard work from y'all. Ness, Doomy, everybody. It's got some great content on there. If you hadn't seen this weekend's Border Wars yet, you don't want to miss that. Catch the trailer. Just $5 is all they're asking. $5 to see all that. Even a $3 cut for copy once a month. That's all you got to do. Help support my guys out here, man. These guys are doing a great job.
We have Canelo's cousin in the queue.
Yeah, I seen that. But before we go, because we went into the arguing like we normally do, so I just want to be clear. For you, this is not bigger than GGG Gennady 3.
No.
And for you, Supermax?
Honestly, man, to me, they're on the same level, depending on how it's promoted. I'm more interested to see the Triple G third fight. But as far as being a bigger event, I just think they're kind of about the same, to be honest.
Yeah, I think this is a big fight. I think that it's shameful of boxing not to treat this fight the way they treated the Mikey and Earl fight. Mikey was this hero for challenging
Dare to be great.
Earl. Yeah, and why isn't Canelo daring to be great? The more I see this fight and analyze it and hear everyone's opinion, the more I feel it's a dangerous fight for Canelo. Finding out today that he got 391 rounds boxed and he's going to go in there for another 12 rounds with the big puncher, yeah. I'm not certain he can get the win because I thought he was going to get the win by knockout, and now it seems like this might go to decision. So, yeah, I'm going to vote that Kovalev-Canelo is the bigger fight. For me, I'm also, I've been on this show. You could catch, you could record my sound bites, me saying, I want something new. In with the old or out with the old, in with the new. Like, something new is always refreshing, and this is something new. This is something new. Like, if Canelo could go in there and do a Rocky Fielding, make it that easy, because Yard had to grind, and so did Ward. They had to, I'm in there, take all these bodies. No, Canelo, Rocky Fielding was like, bam, one left hook, my man's down every time he was down. So if he could just pot shot Kovalev, then it's going to be like, whoa, separation in terms of skill. But, yeah, I like this. This is big. This is new. Triple G Canelo is old, and I'm a hardcore, bro. I need Triple G to do something. I honestly want Canelo to continue to freeze him out. If he ain't going to fight Jacobs or Andre, Nah, don't give him no Canelo fight. Off of Sergey Derevchenko, he deserves to fight Canelo. Hell no, man. Let him go do something. Canelo's doing something. He's daring to be great, and people should treat this the same way they treated Mikey versus Earl.
The biggest thing that I have from the Kovalev and the Canelo fight, and I think it's going to be intriguing to a lot of people that's why it's going to do good subs and good things for the zone. If Kovalev lands that right hand, how does Canelo react to it? How does his reaction, is it adverse? Is it like, oh, okay, I ate it and I'm still coming forward? There's a lot of stuff we want to see, and if it goes late and Kovalev landed right hand, we seen Canelo's kind of have, I don't want to say stamina issues, but we seen him be tired in fights and vice versa. So it could be a fun fight, you know what I'm saying? Could be a fucking knockout too, so who knows? I've seen people get knockouts in boxing.
My final thought on it is, I'm with Ness. I can see why they're not bigging it the way Mikey did, because Canelo's actually the favorite in this fight. But I'm interested to see the first 4 or 5 rounds. Like I said, that's going to be the most interesting round of boxing we've had in a while, just because I feel like Canelo is going to be in tough early. And if it goes late...
How many times can a nigga move up 2 weight classes and still be the favorite?
Yeah, that'll never happen again, honestly.
That'll never happen again. Like Mikey was the favorite, Kell Brook was the favorite, Guillermo was the favorite.
Yeah, it's wild.
Was Roy Jones the favorite going into that Jamboree fight? I think he was.
I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
I mean, back then I wasn't even thinking of betting odds, but I mean, Roy was such a fucking phenom back then.
Roy was beating everybody. There was pound for pound king of the '90s, baby. Roy Jones.
Right now, shit. So So I guess when you a bad dude, you just a bad dude, and when you move up, it don't matter.
Well, let's go out to these callers, man. Let's see what they think. First, the word from our sponsor.
You're serious? You're serious?
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Bro, I could have sworn when I asked these dudes to smash the thumbs up button, I had 92 thumbs up. I'm at 96. Like, hold on, bro. We got 380 people watching. And you guys can't take the time out and smash that thumbs up button. Are you serious? Are you serious?
Damn shame.
Please.
You know y'all listen.
Smash that thumbs up. Helps us very much.
200 Canelo haters is listening.
Y'all just
to
talking
hate
over each other. Yeah, funny. Let me see. I'm over here getting these names in order.
Betty.
Let me go out to Steve on Skype. Talk to me.
What up, Steve?
Good morning.
I know which way Steve going.
Yeah, good morning, fellas. How you doing?
All good.
Yeah, to me, this is a bigger fight than Triple G. Triple G, we've seen it twice. They were great fights, but this is the unknown, right? We don't know what's going to happen in this fight. And this is a lot bigger to me, not just because of the size difference. And, Canelo's basically telling us, man, he wants all the smoke. Canelo will take on anybody.
Yeah, you're going to have some people that disagree with you. They're going to say, oh, he's not taking on anybody. He's not fighting Charlo. He's not fighting Andre. He's fighting an old Kovalev. Do you feel that Kovalev is more dangerous than those 2 mentioned names?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, Steve, man, anything else?
No, that's it. I mean, for me, Canelo, he's the face of boxing, and he's number 1 pound for pound in my book.
So, Steve, real quick, does Kovalev having such a fast turnaround, do you think that's what makes this more interesting, that Kovalev was just in the ring a couple of weeks ago and he's going right back to it?
Yeah, for me, yeah. For me, yes, I agree. I agree with that. And he beat Yard, who, we were looking at Yard like was, upcoming contender, one of the top contenders.
Mike was looking at him like that.
Cut it. Steve, thanks for calling in. We're going out to Ringwalk Danny, TBV's own Canelo Swift. What it do?
What up, Danny?
Good morning, fellas. Good morning. How the fuck y'all doing this beautiful Wednesday?
Oh man, another
We
day,
great,
another
baby. We
podcast.
great.
So we happy.
How you doing, champ?
Man, that's great. Man, I'm great, bro. I'm great. I'm at work, tuned in to the best. You know how I
Happy
do, but
belated motherfucking birthday, my nigga.
I appreciate you, champ. Thank you. It's a blessing, yes, sir. But I just wanted to give my thoughts. First off, I do think this is a bigger fight than the Triple G fight. We saw Triple G really fight an unknown in his last fight. Now he's stepping in there with Derevchenko. Obviously, the IBF that Canelo unknowingly vacated is on the line. I feel like it's a dangerous fight for Canelo, but this is why I do think it will come by stoppage, right? Ness, you mentioned how he's not stopping these 160-pounders, but just keep in mind that Canelo still had to cut down in weight. Now he'll be a lot closer to his natural walk-around weight, so I feel like he won't be as drained, and he'll be able to focus more on that strength and the boxing and a lot less on the weight cutting. You get what I'm saying? However, I do think we will see the best Kovalev that we've seen since the first Ward fight. Reason being, he was just in the ring, right? So he's basically rolling over into another camp. I think that we will see a fucking war the first half of the fight. Come the 8th through 9th, 10th round, we will see Canelo stop him to the body, in my honest opinion.
Now, Danny, what about the fact that Canelo is going to be bigger? You think that slows him down? Has an effect on him?
Well, we've always known Canelo to not be the quickest at his feet. However, Canelo's always been extremely consistent with his counter-punching ability, and I think that his reflexes, his almost like Mayweather-ish Philly shell style will be used into effect, right? So he's never been the quickest with his feet, but, the way he turns his hips, his head, be able to throw a combination and roll and duck and, step around, I feel like that's where he'll be able to still be quick with his reflexes, right? But his feet have never been quick, but like I said, not being able to weight cut, I think, is an advantage for him because he's able to focus more on his power punching, and his boxing ability at that higher weight class.
Yo, I just been told that Triple G is gonna be fighting for that IBO title next month, so he trying to do a unification.
He unified again, unifying for the vacant. See,
get your goddamn straight up, Triple G. Then you a 2-time champ now.
Yeah,
unified,
baby.
Yeah.
He unified.
He trying to.
Yo, hold up. Speaking of unified, Danny, I heard the champ looking for a voluntary. What up, Danny? The champ Marvin looking for a voluntary.
He trying to come to your hometown November 2nd too.
We could do that.
You sure? You can't make 185.
Yeah, you can't come down. You got to come to the fight too, right?
185?
Can't go to the fight with your fucking nose
I mean,
busted.
if you want the belts, you could beat Kovalev and way more. You just ain't gonna be able to win no belts. You could beat the champ though. I mean, it all depends how you look at it. Do you want? He unified. He got 2 belts, so like it would be better to fight for the belts. But
who he fought though? He ain't fought me. Yo,
he just beat Ant, man.
He
just beat the boogeyman, man. That was like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
He got that diesel mechanic strength, Danny. I'm just saying, he got to pop to him.
Yeah. Got that diesel on him.
They call him Tank for a reason.
Man, Ringwalk, think about it, man. Talk to your team, you know what I mean? Don't make any decisions, without fully, considering everything.
No, for sure. Appreciate the time, fellas. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And, we bringing you fights, all this content every single week. So, appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your Wednesday.
Champ.
Have a good one, champ.
Jesus in L.A., talk to me.
I have Canelo beating Kovalev.
Really?
And then, yeah, Canelo, I don't know. This guy's crazy. This fight is bigger than the Triple G because he's stepping up again to 168. This guy
no, 175.
Playing with fire. You know what I mean?
175.
Oh, 170. He's playing with fire. He's doing some Road Jones shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's really out there trying to push himself to the limit. I think it's way bigger than the first and second Triple G fight. I think the only thing that might hurt him if he loses, his stamina towards the end, towards the last 6 rounds maybe, because I feel like he'll get tired or something maybe. But I have him winning like clear. Like I'm not even worried. It's gonna be a badass fight. And I would pick this.
Now Canelo's been known to slow down too, champ. You don't think more weight on him might affect that even more?
That's what I said. That's what I said. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. If he loses, that's gonna be the key why he loses. You know what I mean? Because of stamina, and then because Kovalev is a natural 175, so you know he should be able to beat him by a decision. I don't think he'll knock him out. I don't think either one will knock each other out. Maybe I could see Canelo stopping him, but I don't see Kovalev stopping Canelo at all. That's no disrespect to Kovalev or anything like that. And then, yeah, Canelo has a lot of miles.
Shut that soft ass
But
shit up, man.
when his contract ends with the zone, I feel somebody's gonna offer him maybe double what the zone offer him. I would feel someone will offer 500 million, 600 million to fight maybe once or twice a year. Once a year or twice a year.
Hey, Sue, thanks for calling in. What didn't you agree with, Mike?
Nigga, offering 507. That is $600 million.
The market will go up by then. But real quick, we got a super chat from Rod870.
Hold on, man. You ain't about to just gloss over that shit, bro. The market will go up. Baseball players not even getting paid that. NBA players not even getting paid that.
But Canelo already
he got 8 fights left, champ. That's years from now.
Canelo already broke their record, though. He was already the highest paid athlete, right?
Now Trout came back and broke it.
Trout? Who's that?
Mike Trout, baby. Built like a house.
Motherfucking that's a bad boy ever since
What is that, though? What sport? What sport is that?
Baseball.
Oh, baseball. What did he get, though? How was that contract, though? How was that contract? How many years?
I gotta look at it.
Like a 10-year deal.
Because that's what matters. Who got more money for the amount of years?
Because if he got more money, I'm pretty sure it's a 10-year deal.
If he got more money and he got to be in there longer, then that ain't more money. That's just, a longer job. But CYPLA, what up?
12 years,
listen,
130
man,
million.
CYP everything. Listen, they say Eli Manning is the highest paid quarterback in NFL history. He is, but he was never the highest paid quarterback. The reason why is because when you have guaranteed money, it's different than money that you're going to collect over years. So Canelo is not the highest paid athlete. Once his contract is up, then he could be in the discussion. Until then, he is not the highest paid athlete, but that's just because y'all talked about that real quick. Secondly, when it comes down to Canelo, Canelo is the catch age. He's the catch age. Listen to me, I only got a minute and a half. I only got a minute and a half. Let me cook. Let me cook.
The highest paid, but
let me cook. This is what we're going to do. We're going to let me cook. All right? Secondly, when it comes down to Canelo, he's the catch age king. He catches dudes outside their physical prime. When you look at his history, his biggest fights are going to be guys 35, 36, 37, 38 years old. There are no other guys who are in the middleweight division whose best wins come against guys 35, 36, 37, 38. They fought the best dudes in their prime at that weight class. That's what Canelo does. I don't understand.
When they fought?
Huh?
Danny Jacobs and Trout.
Last time listen to me. If you are comparing Daniel Jacobs and Trout to legends of boxing, then you definitely are casual. And I don't even have time to talk to you. I'm trying to move on, man. Let me move on. Let me cook. Let me cook. No, I didn't call in to talk to you. I definitely didn't call in to talk to you. If you believe that Jacobs is on the level of other 160-pound legends, then you are casual. And that's cool with me. I don't want to talk to you. I'm stating facts. 36 plus are the guys that he fights. It's very, very simple. That's outside the athletic prime.
160 right now. Triple G not even a legend yet.
What you mean right now? There are no legends are legends. It don't matter if it's right now or leftover. It doesn't matter.
My dude, Canelo can't go fight Marvin Hagler right now. Marvin Hagler nearly 60 years old. What are you talking about?
Bruh, that's a straw man's argument because legends, that's according to him, right? Like, he's got to tell us, first of all, what people he considers to be a legend, and he's putting in this argument. But like you said, there are no legends right now at 160 for anyone to beat. But he didn't say any division. He said Canelo's biggest wins come at 35 and whatever other age. Trout was not 35. And Trout beat a first ballot Hall of Famer before
Canelo's
everyone else.
only loss came to a man who was 36.
No, but he said that Canelo's biggest fights were with 35 people,
Yeah,
people 35 and older, which I think he's right. Most of his biggest fights are older people. But Jacobs is not old,
Trout, Lara.
which is a big fight for me. Gennady, when he first fought him, he was already 36, right?
30, yeah, 35, 36.
Gennady is 37 right now, so yeah, he was
35,
either 30,
yeah.
he was either 35, 36, so he's right about that one. What else is his other biggest fight? The Chavez
Lara.
fight, but for hardcores, that's not a big fight, but that was a big fight for boxing. But he was Laura was definitely a big fight, especially for hardcores, right? More hardcores than anything, and he was not in his 30s. Floyd was 36, right, at the time?
Yeah, 36.
And we said Trout. Mosley was definitely old. And anything behind that was him resume building. So he got a point. But, this is why I fuck with Canelo, because I wasn't a Canelo fan up until the Trout fight. Like, you could go hear the shows, I was like definitely not a fan of him when he was fighting the Matthew Hattons and the Alfonso Gomez and Kermit Cintrons, and when he got, shook up by Jose Miguel Cotto. But after Josecito, right? Because Josecito was supposed to be Victor Ortiz.
Mm-hmm.
Even though that was still going to be a cherry pick, because Victor was a natural 147-pounder who was going to move up to fight Canelo at 54, but he lost to Josecito, so Josecito Lopez, which after that fight was known as Pobrecito Lopez, because of the ass kicking that he got by Canelo moving up. So I was always against Canelo, right? Because I'm like, this dude's ducking, this dude's, picking and choosing. He's fighting all the old people. But after the Lopez, the talk was him and Cotto. And then Cotto didn't fight him, and Cotto fought Trout. And then Trout beat Cotto. So I said to myself, and out loud on the show, I'm sure, he ain't no way he gonna fight Trout. Trout is young, he's black, undefeated, southpaw, just beat the shit out of Cotto. And he did.
Really?
And he did. So then I was like, all right, then I knew the Mayweather fight was a money grab, right? So after the Mayweather, he's got a tune-up. Cool. Alfredo Angulo, no problem. But now everybody built up the new monster, and it was Laura. And I was on the Laura train. I thought Laura beat Canelo. That's a film study we should do today, because we ain't do yesterday. Today's Wednesday. We ain't got nothing to do. We should do film study Tuesday. I thought Laura beat Canelo.
I remember vividly scoring that fight, and I gave it a draw with my Canelo bias, so you already know that means it's a Laura win.
Yo, I thought Laura beat Canelo, but this is the thing. I still give Canelo astronomical amount of credit, because we never thought he would fight him. But it's like I tell you, Laura got that fight because he stalked him. Laura went to his press conferences. Laura grabbed the mic off the podium.
Jumped on the mic.
Laura was not playing no games. You want the
Had
Canelo
his people
fight,
in the back cheering.
you got to do some crazy shit.
Yeah, and one thing real quick.
Go ahead.
That I think never gets clearly. Resume isn't always if you beat them. It's if you fought them. Whether people think you won or lost, you fought the person people didn't think you would fight. And that's what gets missed by a lot of people. I always hear the callers' comments, oh, he didn't beat him, but he fought him when you thought he wasn't going to fight him. That's the difference.
Just to tighten up that Mike Trout thing right quick, 12 years, $426 million, $500,000 to $20 million signing bonus, and an average salary of $35,500,000 a year.
So Canelo makes more than him.
I think Canelo makes like $33 million a fight, something like that.
Yeah, and Canelo fights twice a year. So Canelo making $60-70 million a year. That dude's only making 35. But his was 4 years only?
No, it was 12 years.
Oh my God! So he ain't got a better contract.
It's the richest contract of all time, like with the biggest number. Not the biggest annual salary, but the biggest number.
I don't know, man. It's like I said, yo, I'm not the smartest, but if I gotta work longer, you ain't paying me more. I'm just working longer. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, in baseball, you call it work, but nigga, it's and no, that's no disrespect to baseball players, but you got.
No, but there's a reason they could play over 100 something games
you got
a
a lot
year.
of downtime. You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. Like football is only played once a week for a reason. You only box 3-4 times a year for a reason.
Well, I guess those were the final thoughts, man. This is an intriguing fight. I'm pretty sure the betting line is gonna. Actually, it won't, because if Canelo's already a favorite, when the Mexicans start betting, when the prop bets open, it's crazy.
Yeah,
So
it's
the
only
money's
the odds
gonna
only
be
gonna
on
get wider.
Kovalev to last the decision. Will this fight go 12 rounds? Should be everyone's bet.
Definitely agree. All right, good fight. I want to see it. I just don't think it's bigger than Triple G fight, but definitely a fight that I'm intrigued about for the reasons that I stated earlier. The power.
Do you mind elaborating?
What you mean?
Because you said, I don't think it's bigger than the Triple G fight. Are you basing that off the pay-per-views? Because I heard you mention the pay-per-views a lot. Like why? I just want you to tell me, elaborate more. Like why you don't think it's bigger?
The reason I think the Triple G fight is bigger is because it is fresh in people's mind. Well, not fresh, but people have the casual fan, the people that don't normally watch boxing, they know about Canelo and Triple G. And when that fight gets announced, people are going to be like, oh, yeah, let's go. I want to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? I think more people will be captivated and will be behind the Triple G fight and Canelo fight because of the first two fights with all the controversy that surround them. Then the Kovalev fight, you know what I'm saying? We seen Kovalev look vulnerable against Yard. We seen him look vulnerable his first fight against Alvarez. We seen him look vulnerable both times against Ward. You don't see Triple G look that vulnerable at all. Go ahead.
Yo, Doomy coming through in the clutch to hit you with the killer before we go. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, Mike. I don't really fuck with these dudes like this. But I know a lot of people frequent this site. Boxing News 24. But they are reporting that there will be no catch weight, no handicap, no rehydration clause. So without the aid of a catch weight or rehydration clause, Canelo will need to bulk up a little to carry the same amount of weight that the WBO light heavyweight champion Kovalev will be bringing into the ring on November 2nd. So, no catch weight, no rehydration clause.
Who is this source?
Boxing News 24.
Now, who did they talk to somebody?
They've been around forever. I just don't really fuck with them like that. Like, I always tell you who's my go-tos.
Anytime I read the articles, it drips with hate. I'm just being real. So
you said it drips with hate.
Yeah,
No, they got some. Let me tell you, bro. Like, they got some writers that people believe are fake. Just a pen name.
And that, can you send me the link to the article so I can read it?
Yeah.
Because I want to, like, is there a source in there that they talked to, somebody told them, or they
I
just
put it in the pre-pro.
That they're just going off what the fuck they want to go off for. But all right, I respect it, doing good shit.
Yeah. Damn. We could have just got the president of IBO on, but the lines are closed and we closing out. Yeah, man. So Nest GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Oh, you see someone said I fuck with 24. See? That's what I said. They've been around forever. I mean, I think they got I think they're as old as ringside boxing. They've been around forever. But anyway, Nets GTO, Instagram, and Twitter.
Follow me on IG at Gross1911 or on Twitter at Gross2312.
And follow me on IG at big_supermex56. Like I said, go subscribe to that Patreon, $5 tier. There's a ton of behind the scenes footage. You can ask fighters a question. If you like Border Wars, if you like knockouts, good boxing, and that good old Mexican style, this weekend's Border Wars has it all for you. Help my guys out. Help Mike out. Do me. These guys work hard, like I said, and we'll catch you on the next one.
All right. Peace.